What if I told you there is an ancient Indian ritual designed specifically to protect you when all the earthly hope is lost? Welcome to the banks of Hooghly River at Bandhaghat, Salkia. Behind the daily noises of these bustling ferry ghats lies one of the most intense, mysterious and visually stunning spiritual events in the world, the worship of Maa Bipodtarini. To an outsider, this might just look like a vibrant display of colors and chanting in a narrow alleyway. But look closer. This isn't just a festival, this is a survival ritual. And today, I'm taking you inside a living myth, a story of forbidden offerings, a furious king, and a goddess who literally bent reality to save a life. To understand the sheer devotion, you have to understand her name. In ancient Sanskrit and Bengali, Bipod means an insurmountable crisis, a deadly peril. Tarini means the supreme deliverer. She is the goddess of storm, a fierce incarnation of the divine mother who steps into the mortal world only when human strength fails. The ancient lore takes us back to centuries of the Queen of Vidarbha. According to sacred texts, the queen was trapped in a deadly crisis. She had secretly obtained forbidden offerings to consume, an act punishable by immediate execution. When the furious king marched into her chambers to demand the truth, the queen had nowhere to run. In absolute desperation, facing sudden death, she closed her eyes and called upon Maa Bipodtarini. When the king tore open the coverings to expose the forbidden items, he froze. The goddess had altered the laws of nature. The forbidden offerings had vanished, miraculously transformed into hundreds of sacred glowing red hibiscus flowers. The queen's life was spared. That singular moment of miraculous salvation sparked a covenant that has survived empires, wars, and centuries of history. Thousands of years later, the exact same raw devotion brings thousands of people to these rain-washed lanes of Howrah. The festival is strictly anchored in time, observed only between the Grand Rath Yatra and its return journey. But what truly leaves the foreigners and visitors in absolute awe is the sacred geometry of this ritual. In Western cultures, the number 13 is famously feared as the symbol of bad luck. But here in the court of the goddess, 13 is the exact mathematics of the divine armor. Watch closely, the altars are meticulously prepared with striking adherence to this number. 13 distinct types of seasonal fruits, 13 varieties of vibrant flowers, 13 traditional sweets, and 13 sacred betel leaves. To complete the covenant with the goddess, the woman must consume exactly 13 puris, a traditional deep-fried golden bread paired with suji, a rich, sweet semolina pudding. Not 12, not 14, exactly 13. It is believed that this specific combination of sweet and the savory, eaten in this exact quantity, grounds the chaotic energy of the day. Remember how the sacred red thread with its 13 knots is tied to the left wrist of women and right wrist of men? There is an ancient Indian yogic science behind it. According to ancient Vedic texts, the human body is divided into two distinct energetic pathways known as nadis. The left side of the body is governed by the Ida Nadi, representing lunar energy and the divine feminine. The right side is governed by the Pingala Nadi, representing the solar energy or masculine force. When the priest ties that 13 knotted thread onto a woman's left wrist, they are not just handling a physical bracelet, they're acting as ancient spiritual engineers. But the climax of this ancient ritual rests in a simple piece of string. Listen to the priests as they consecrate the dara, the sacred red thread. It is intricately bound with exactly 13 blades of holy durva grass and tied with exactly 13 knots. Every single knot binds a layer of mother's fierce protection to the wearer. It is tied to the left wrist of women and the right wrist of men. But earning this protection demands immense physical and spiritual endurance. From the moment the sun rises over the Hooghly River, generation after generation of women and many men observe a rigorous Nirjala fast. They do not let a single drop of water touch their lips until the ceremonies conclude. Imagine standing for hours in the heavy crushing heat and humidity of Bengal monsoon, fasting enveloped in the thick smoke of incense. Why do they do it? Because Bandhaghat is a place that knows the daily struggles of life. The ferries behind us are constant reminders of journeys that are sometimes safe and sometimes perilous. When you see a mother or sister fasting in this intense heat, clutching that red thread, You are witnessing the purest physical manifestation of love. This is the silent promise. I will endure this pain so you do not have to. We live in a highly advanced world where we rely on technology and science to keep us safe. But deep down, no matter if you're watching this from halfway across the globe or right here in India, we all crave a shield against the unknown. We all want to know that when the storms of life hit, something powerful is watching over us. Here in Salkia, they don't just hope for that shield, they wear it. They step back into the chaos of the world entirely fearless. To truly understand the magic of this ritual, you have to look at exactly when it happens. This festival is governed by a cosmic clock, intimately tied to one of India's most massive events, Rath Yatra, the Grand Chariot Festival. But there is a breathtaking backstory to this timing. According to ancient lore, the Lord of the universe, Lord Jagannath, does something incredibly human. Just weeks before the Chariot Festival, the deity is ceremonially bathed in massive quantities of holy water. And because of this, he catches a high fever. For 2 weeks, the Lord is kept in isolation. He is treated with traditional herbal medicines, given rest, and allowed to heal. Once he has finally recovered from his fever, he steps out of his magnificent home, the great temple of Puri Jagannath. Along with his elder brother Balaram and his sister Subhadra, he climbs onto a massive wooden chariot and leaves. Where is he going? He is going on a 7-day vacation to his Mausi's Bari. In Indian culture, Mausi means your mother's sister, and just like anywhere else in the world, your mother's sister is the aunt who showers you with unconditional love, pampers you with warmth, and prepares your absolute favorite foods. After his illness, the Lord takes a week off to simply rest, be cherished, and enjoy time with his family at his Mausi's Bari. But this creates a fascinating spiritual question. While the Lord of the universe is away recovering and resting at his Mausi's Bari for those 7 days, who is watching over the world? Who is protecting humanity from sudden disasters, crises, and storms? This is exactly where she steps in. The worship of Maa Bipodtarini is strictly observed only on the Tuesdays and Saturdays that fall inside this exact 7 days window. It is essentially a cosmic changing of the guard. While the universe's caretaker is on family retreat, the fierce divine mother takes the throne. She steps into the mortal realm to hold the fourth arm with the 13 knots and her absolute uncompromising protection. It is a time when the universe is entirely under the watchful eye of a mother. Rath Yatra isn't just a single day event, it unfolds in 2 distinct grand phases. The first day marks the Soja Rath, the onward journey where Lord Jagannath, Balaram and Maa Subhadra leaves the main temple and travel to their Mausi's Bari. They reside there for a week, showered with love and care. Then exactly 7 days later comes the second phase, Ulto Rath, the return journey where the deities board their grand chariot once more to travel back to their original temple home in Puri Jagannath Mandir. On both Soja Rath and Ulto Rath, little kids dress up in vibrant new clothes, their faces glowing with excitement. They take to the neighborhood lanes pulling their own tiny wooden raths meticulously crafted and adorned with colorful flowers. Resting inside these mini chariots are tiny idols of Lord Jagannath, Balaram and Maa Subhadra. Holding on to simple thick strings, the kids proudly pull the chariots through the alleyways, bringing the grand tradition straight to their front doors. And of course, no celebration in Bengal is complete without its signature feast. You will find families gathering around local stalls for hot crispy jalebis, piping hot fried papads, rich syrup-soaked malpuas, and classic crunchy gaja. If this glimpse into the ancient Indian culture moved you, please hit the like button. Tell me your story in the comments below, I want to read them all. And subscribe please.